Hey, this is Buck Dharma of Blue Oyster Cult, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster, Sal, live from Las Vegas in the MTV studio, AAMP Television. Today's show is brought to you by UppercutChops.com. Check out their tasty selection of all-natural, dry-aged USDA prime Wagyu steaks and chops. Wait till you taste their best-in-class New York steaks, the filet mignon, and of course the king of all, those gigantic cowboy cut and tomahawk cut ribeyes. Best I've ever had, probably be the best you ever have as well. Check them out at UppercutChops.com. That's UppercutChops.com. Or give them a call, find out what's for dinner, 714-948-0100, 714-948-0100. Again, 714-948-0100 for UppercutChops.com. All right, welcome in, everybody. It's CBS 73 Fox Sports Australia. It's an independent from coast to coast. Everybody also tuning in on Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, Oceanic, Time Warner, Spectrum, WOW, and independent cable affiliates in select markets, Hotel TV, where applicable, in 600,000 rooms, thereabouts, from coast to coast. Everybody also on streaming, whether it's Apple, Amazon, Audible, Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, YouTube, Stitcher, Deezer, and all other social platforms as well. Thanks for joining us live from Las Vegas Boulevard. In fact, right at the Pepper Mill. 1973, this place was put together. What a great place. Tell you what, folks, you got to check it out. In the meantime, make sure you check out JasonOwensMusic.com so you can listen to all of Jason Owens' music. We're right back here with country music star Jason Owens. Jason, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back on, Sal.
Hey, listen, so right here across the street is the Resort World Hotel and Casino where you're playing at.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a great venue. I love where you're playing because there's a lot going on in there. But what's interesting is right next door is the theater. It's the big theater where pick your favorite superstar, whatever the hell, right? People at your level, right? So They're playing over there right next door. Oh, hold on. Is that a Lambo coming down the street? Here we go. Listen to this, folks. It's not. It's not, but guess what, folks? That's what happens here on Vegas Boulevard. That is, certainly not what we thought it was. And there it goes again, as we're rudely interrupted. Okay, but anyway, listen, this is what happens on Vegas Boulevard. All right, so what I find interesting is I'm watching your show at the Resort World.
Yeah.
And next to it is their big theater. What I'm wondering, now I know in my mind, I know you could go from your stage to the big stage because you're on the way up in your career. You're climbing up. But when sometimes people's careers stagnate, they're playing the big and they're ready to be demoted. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They're on the brink of being dropped or dropped on their head. Just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they're at that point, do you think they could go from the big stage to playing in your venue? Now that's an interesting dynamic because you think of the crowd. First of all, the crowd they're drinking, they're having a good time, they're watching sports, or they're interacting with each other and interacting with your show, and sometimes dancing, of course.
I think it just depends on who it is, how big their ego is, because I've seen that with some of the guys that I really looked up to in growing up listening to music, and they were playing giant arenas and big festivals and stuff, and now they're playing casinos.
Right. Yeah, but wait a minute. Yeah. Now, casinos got to be clear, because are they playing in the lounge in the casino?
Well,
or are they playing in a big theater?
Well, they're probably playing in the theater, but it's still nothing compared to what they were doing before.
Okay. Well, see, this is my question, because when I think about you on your rise,
yeah,
right? You're getting bigger and bigger, and you got great music out there, and more people are hearing some of your songs. But when I think of that, I think of the possibility of, as you can move up to the big theater, but can they go from the big theater to play the small venue when it's not necessarily by design? Let's just say it's dropped on them. Yeah. It's like, oh, by the way, Joe or Josephine, you ain't playing the big theater today. No. We got you playing the lounge right next door.
Yeah.
The ego is a big deal. But how many, in your opinion, could really handle an instant demotion and still perform at the top of the game?
Again, it goes back, I would say, to whatever their ego is, because I think there's lots of people that would just be happy to work, and I think there's also people that just all they crave is spotlight and the big things. But you never know how you're gonna like touch somebody and make on just playing smaller stuff too. I mean, I made some of my biggest fan connections, and I wouldn't even call them fans anymore. They're friends, because it was such an intimate setting that those were some of the best moments in my opinion.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, some of the best concerts I've been to have been 100 people.
Right.
50 people, 100 people.
Right.
And I mean, I remember one time I was actually in the audience and the whole band sang to me. I was the only person.
Yeah.
So it happens from time to time. Maybe it's just an off night. But my point is, you can make the jump up. Can they make the fall down?
Right.
Can they land on their feet instead of their head? Like a cat. Drop a cat from the second story, or somehow land on its feet.
I guess it's if they really love what they're doing, if they want to continue doing that, or if they've been successful enough that they've made enough, they have enough resources now that they don't have to do it anymore. If they're going down like on that type of scale you're talking about, I think it would just come down to one, ego, and then two, if they love what they're doing or not.
I really believe it's do they love what they're doing, because I know somebody that is a gigantic rocker.
Yeah.
World tour guy, whatever, that kind of stuff. And he's still doing it. But he'll go and play a little lakeside restaurant because he just loves playing.
Yeah.
And he has no qualms about playing the little venue because it's just what he loves to do. He likes to entertain people, whether it's for 1 or 100,000. It doesn't really matter.
Yep.
It's just what he digs. And so as I look at it, if you can handle that slide down in the same manner that you can make the climb up, then I think there's a certain fulfillment factor that you have fulfilled, because not everybody can handle that gigantic ego problem, right? Because it is a big problem.
Oh yeah.
Right? You see your name on a big marquee at the Rose Bowl or something like that, or something huge, crazy, right? Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, well, now you're playing at Joe's Bar and Grill.
Right.
Right. Well, and by the way, but there's Joe's Live in Chicago, for example.
Yeah.
Right, which is a really nice venue.
Yeah.
Right.
Great venue.
Right. So you think of, hey, can they make the drop from Madison Square Garden to that? These are the things that I think of. And if you can do that, buddy, you are ahead of the game. Because there are a lot of people, man, they just can't do it.
Right.
Because they have spent their lives maybe 20, 30 years building up to something big, but they're able to make that jump or that slide because their egos are not in the way. What advice do you have for those people coming up, climbing up, that you have dealt with? What would you tell them?
My main advice, I would say, to an artist that's climbing up is be patient and trust the process. I was talking to my manager earlier about this, and it just seems like the music business is kind of going. It's not as potent as what it used to be. So I would definitely say have some type of backup plan in what you're doing for the young artists coming up. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I would have a little bit of a backup plan. That would be my best advice. But
well, think about it. I mean, look, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel. You're trying to put a better tire on it.
Yep.
Right? So you have new tread, and look, sometimes the model isn't broken. You just have to be able to maneuver your way through the weeds to get through the clear. I think that's a very fair statement.
Yeah.
And whether it is in this business or that business, I think ultimately a lot of organizations are dealing with that today in these times. Not whether it's construction, real estate, music, restaurant business, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're in cryptocurrency or some crap like that. And I call it that because it's not a hard asset in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of virtual, and I don't really do the virtual stuff.
Yep.
Where it's kind of like doing virtual concerts. I mean, yeah, you could put your content behind a paywall, but you've got to be big enough where people will buy the entrance to the paywall. Right. So they'll spend maybe $10 or whatever to watch you play live somewhere because they love your music so much. And I don't know what that landscape looks like today for those monster names, so the AA list, right? Do they have those kind of setups with maybe you can go watch them live? Maybe you can't pay $500 to go see their concert in Madison Square Garden, for example. But maybe could you pay $25 to watch it, to stream it?
I haven't seen anything like that except for during the pandemic. A lot of people were doing that, and a lot of artists who were just doing free shows, like I think because they were bored.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of truth to that because, look, if you're used to playing in front of audiences and you can't, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And I remember here in Vegas when they had that whole pandemic thing going, well, they shut down the casinos, and there's a whole discussion for that we don't have time for here. But what they did, what a lot of the artists did, a lot of the strip artists, what they did was they went and they put together some kind of a program for all the stagehands, and it was raising money for the stagehands and raising money for the casino workers, raising money for the just the average Joe or Josephine, whatever the hell it is, raising money. And so what they did was all the top entertainers here in town, I remember I was part of this process, putting the video together. What we did was we put together a fundraising video, and the fundraising video was really cool. So what we ended up doing in the grand scheme of things was putting together a really cool video. They raised money, and they put the money right back to all those stagehands that were out of work, because those were the people that didn't really make any money.
Right.
And that was a wonderful effort. I mean, the biggest names in sports and entertainment, generally speaking, from right here in Las Vegas and beyond, were a part of this. And I think about those people that are on their way up, but they can't make a living. Like you said, maybe another plan.
Yeah.
So maybe the plan is somewhere in music, but it's another part of music. Maybe it could be on the back end of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But listen, take 30 seconds, wrap up your 14 segments, talk about your experience here on the circus, and we'll go ahead and shut this thing down.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to all my segments. If you did, I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Jason Owens. I'm a country music artist, and you can find me online on my website, jasonowensmusic.com, on all the social media at Jason Owens Music, and wherever you stream music, just type in Jason Owens. And again, guys, just thank you so much for your time and your ears listening to what I had to say, for what it's worth.
Well, not only that, but your music, of course, as we get ready to go on break here, you can hear Jason's original music right here on the station, right after this little segment. And make sure you listen close. Make sure you follow him as well. He's got really good music. And folks, I have to tell you, sometimes you hear something, it strikes you right, and you'll do that. You'll have that feeling when you listen to Jason Owens' music. That's going to do it for this segment. We'll be back here on the circus in just a few moments. Lots more to come, folks. Don't go anywhere.
On paper I look perfect, just a nice country boy from the South. And on paper I look worth it, the kind of guy you wanna settle down with. But in reality, you gotta have a strong heart, 'cause being in love with me really like being apart.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Roy Firestone. Now it's time to throw it back to Sal.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas on Las Vegas Boulevard, right here, of course, in fabulous Las Vegas, here with Jason Owens, JasonOwensMusic.com. Check him out, folks, and welcome back, Jason, to the show. You've been on, what, 14, 13 times so far?
I think this is the 14th one. So good to be back, Sal.
All right. How do people follow you real quick?
They can find us online on our website, www.jasonowensmusic.com, or all the social medias at Jason Owens Music. Or they can stream our music online on whatever streaming platform they prefer to listen to music on.
Okay, that's good stuff. All right, so listen, out of all the gigs you've played, for example, here in Las Vegas, well over 150 times at this point, and I asked you a question earlier today, which I thought was kind of relevant. You think of touring, you think of if you're overplaying in, I don't know, let's say you're playing 100, 200, 300 shows a year, which is I think that's actually the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Some people think it's great, but I think really the sweet spot's about 50. Would you agree?
Yeah, 50 shows would definitely be the sweet spot for sure.
Yeah, I think 50 would be good. But when we think about you playing all these different spots, and for example, right here in Las Vegas, for example, what about the idea that, hey, you know, maybe your drummer, maybe your bass player, maybe your fiddle player, whatever, maybe people need a break. How do you let them have a good work-life balance, right? You got to have that, because if you do too much of one thing, either way, it's going to be detrimental to what you're trying to accomplish. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I would say most of the time, everybody does all the shows with me. If they need time off, I mean, I'm pretty cool about that. Like if someone needs to do something, I'm not gonna crucify them for that. But I have a list of other people. We call them subs. That they basically like a substitute teacher subs for a main teacher. This would be a substitute for, say, a bass player or a drummer or the fiddle player. I have a list of people I can call upon to fill that need, if need be. And sometimes when somebody isn't available, they'll find their own sub too, just to make it work.
But even if they find their own sub, it still has to be someone you have to approve. That means you have to have heard them, and that means maybe they have played or practiced some of your music in the past. You just can't say, all right, we're going to do a show. Here's these lists of songs. Hopefully you know them.
Yeah.
And what if they don't know them? I mean, look, we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Right? And so sometimes when you bring someone to the table, it's not always the best case scenario.
Right.
Right? Because maybe someone's looking, hey, you know, you missed a riff, you missed this, whatever it is. How do you get around that if you're really in a pinch? And let's say you're booked for, I don't know, pick your favorite hotel, casino, whatever.
Yeah.
And let's say it's the next day, you're like, oh no, I can't get out of it and I need somebody. What do you do?
Yeah. I mean, I would go down my list of people that are on my sub list and just call them. And if they know somebody that, if like they can't do it, a lot of times they know somebody that can do it. And in Nashville, if you get a lot of your musicians from Nashville, if those people are super serious about their craft, they can usually show up and just play the show. It's pretty amazing. Like my band, we don't rehearse that much, but people come up and they're like, how much do you guys practice or whatever? And I'm like, well, we don't really that much. And they're like, that's amazing, you know, that you can do that. And I think it's just like any profession, like that's what we do. We're musicians, and if I say learn these songs, they're gonna learn them, and
One
we're
would
gonna
hope.
show. Yeah.
Because
sometimes you know, you bring somebody out and they don't do a very good job of doing that. Sometimes you take a chance on somebody and it just doesn't work out. They don't get another shot. So the first impression,
Well, right. Now, look, that is partially on the musician, but it's also partially on the band or the person that said, hey, I want you to go work. I want you to play with us, for example.
Sure.
Would you agree? So it's dual responsibility there, yeah?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think in the situation where I kind of had that happen once, it was more the caliber of musician that I deal with. I think I just kind of had one of those, like, this guy or gal will be able to do this, and I was wrong. I didn't really babysit it, but that won't happen again.
Well, the interesting thing as we look, we're standing here on Las Vegas Boulevard, and we could see the Fontainebleau, we can see the Strat, see the Resort World, and the Circus in one direction, and everything else in the other direction. And out of all of the artists that are on these big marquees, of course, we're waiting for your name to scroll through here. We haven't seen it just yet, but maybe it will. But my point in all this is they have the same situation. They just do a bigger production. They've been doing it longer, so they have better facilities. But you think as these people have their roster, I'm sure that they not only have them practice songs, but they have to also audition to be that touring drummer or touring bass player or whatever it is. Because, right, you have the home people, but if they need to stay home and maybe you're doing gigs in Las Vegas because you're from Kentucky and maybe your people are regional there, but what if you had like a local Las Vegas crew specifically for the shows here? Is that something you would ever consider?
Probably not, because I'm very loyal to my people, and if they want to do the show, I want them to be able to do the show.
Oh, right. I guess where I'm going
You're
with
saying,
it,
like, if they're not available.
in case they're not available,
Yeah.
do you think that you would ever have basically a whole backup crew here in Vegas?
It would be good to have just kind of like I said, I have a list of subs I could call.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be good to have that in Vegas too, because my subs are more in Nashville.
Well, and that's exactly where I'm going with it,
Yeah.
right? So here in Vegas, which is 1,900 miles away from Nashville.
Yeah.
Well, you're like, well, hey, it's a long distance to go to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we might want to secure some local people here. Is that something you've ever thought of?
Not really, no, but it's
Until
not
now?
a bad idea.
Until now? Well, I mean, look, it's just like a professional baseball team or whatever. Look, if your guys get injured, they get put on the injury list, you got to call them up from the minor league club or the
Right.
farm system.
Right.
Well, they have a roster that they could pull from in the same way that you probably have something like that, but maybe your roster needs to have a bigger footprint.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting at. So, hey, look, maybe you have somebody around Nashville, maybe in a couple of 100-mile radius.
Yeah.
Right? But when we think about the radius, we also say, well, all right, if indeed there is a radius of maybe 200 or 300 miles that somebody could drive to, basically a 4-hour drive, where do you draw the line? Maybe somebody needs to play in New York and you're Nashville based.
Yeah.
All right, so how does that work?
Well, I guess if they want to do the show bad enough, they'll figure out how to get there, or I'll get them there if it's further away.
Well, these are things that you have to, at some point, I'm glad I brought it up just because, look, this is number 14 out of 14 that we're doing out of the 14-part series for yourself.
Yeah.
And folks, in case you're wondering, this has been going on for many months now, and I can assure you that whether you heard episode number 1 all the way through today's episode, ultimately, you're going to hear something different every time, because this is not only getting to know Jason Owens, but it's also getting to know the music business at a level where maybe you didn't know what it takes to go out on tour, what it takes for moving your equipment, what it takes for nutrition or fitness or whatever the hell it is. But there's a lot going on here, so you want to be a star, right? But we also think about the idea of what? Moving our musicians along. And if we can't get them, so today, hey, maybe how do you fill the hole? How do we fill the roster? We need somebody, some warm-blooded human to walk in there and fill that role, and that can actually do a good job, because we've seen what a not good job looks like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why we're covering this, and I have to say that a lot of people ask these questions, but they don't ever get the answers, because I think a lot of the musicians, they really just say, we don't really need to have a backup. Trouble. And what I'm also looking at is maybe there is an ongoing issue. Okay, trying to get in the car. And ultimately, at some point, there is some problem along the line when it comes to doing something on the road, right? And as we think about doing something on the road, we also think about trouble that comes your way from time to time. So, nonetheless, as we move forward, as we're literally moving forward, folks, listen, we're on Vegas Boulevard, and there are always characters in and around the area that either we're at or somebody else is at. And so, ultimately, sometimes you have to zig when everybody else is zagging. And that's exactly what we're talking about here in the music business, because it happens. Same thing in radio and television, same thing in the streaming world. You can't always get what you want, but you know what you can get? You can get in trouble if you stay in the wrong spot too long, right? So anyway, as we get ready to go to break here, we're going to listen to some of your music. What message, take maybe 30 seconds, and give a message to the audience on how to avoid the pitfalls of touring and having holes in your band.
Yeah, guys, I mean, you just need to have a good schedule, have a good plan for keeping everything together, stay organized. One of the worst things is just not being organized. So if you can't do that, find somebody that can, just to keep it all together. That would be my best advice.
That's pretty good advice. All right, if I had my applause button, I'd hit it right now. Maybe we'll build it in later. Make sure you tell everybody how to follow you and hear your music.
Yeah, you can find us on our website, www.jasonowensmusic.com, on all the social medias at Jason Owens Music, and on any streaming platform, just type in Jason Owens.
And of course, if you're here in Las Vegas, you could check Jason's tour schedule, because he does play at the MGM Grand Hotel, also plays at the Resort World Hotel, which that's where we're at right now. And you also play Old Red too.
Yeah.
Right. How many times you played Old Red?
We played there, probably like 20 times.
20 times. All right, folks, we're going to be back here in just a few moments here at the Sports Circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere.
Told me you're going out tomorrow, going to drown all your sorrows, going out with your girlfriend, leaving your boyfriend at home. Now it's been a while, I guess I should expect it. You do this every time, soon you're gonna regret it. When he sees my number on your phone at 3 a.m. I'm always your first call when you had a little too much. You're running to me no matter what. When you're getting past the point of a buzz, you start searching. You keep looking for something you've already found, but it takes a shot of 90 proof to make you drown in your emotions and realize you want me. When you're with him and you're in denial, I'm your first drunk dial. Through the phone, you're asking me if I'm alone. How many times do I have to tell you no? You got a man that treats you like a queen. Yeah, that guy would do anything. See your number light up his screen tonight. I'm always your first call when you had a little too much. You're running to me no matter what. Past the point of a buzz, you start searching. Keep looking for something you've already found, but it takes a shot of 90 proof to make you drown in your emotions and realize you want me. When you're with him and you're in denial, I'm your first drunk dial. Too much, you're running to me no matter what. When you're getting past the point of a buzz, you start searching. Keep looking for something you've already found, but it takes a shot of 90 proof to make you drown in your emotions and realize you want me.
Hey, everybody, this is Adam Curry from Candlebox, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster, still live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP Television. This segment brought to you in part by our friends over at the College of Southern Nevada Athletics. Check them out at csncoyotes.com for upcoming games and events. That's csncoyotes.com for the College of Southern Nevada Athletics. All right, welcome back to everybody. TV, radio, you know who you are. Everybody else is streaming. Thanks for joining us as well. The last couple of segments we did with Jason Owens. This is one of our 14 episodes of a 14-part series with Jason. And I have to tell you, folks, his music is catchy. It kind of grows on you, whether you're a country man or woman, boy or girl, whether you like the music or not. Listen, folks, over time it grows on you. It's easy to listen to. The lyrics are rather clever. And you can find Jason touring all over America. Go to jasonowensmusic.com and you can read all about him, and you can also play his music. As a matter of fact, that's a tribute to our friend Jason Owens. We're going to play some of his music right here on this show. We're going to continue with his music. So, folks, stay tuned, and while you're listening, go to jasonowensmusic.com and you can read all about him.
Hey.
Hi.
I've seen you around town, and I think you're really pretty.
Thank you.
What are you doing later?
I have plans, but I guess I'll see you around.
All right, well, if you change your mind, let me know.
Okay.
All right.
She's the cutest girl I've ever seen. When she's fighting mad, it's the funniest thing. Long hair, blue eyes, and a heart of gold. This is the one thing I want you to know. If you want a man that'll love you to the moon and back, never cheat, never lie, yeah, baby, none of that. But slow and steady wins the race. It's the thrill of the chase. Falling in love just ain't the same these days. We might start with a bottle of Jack. Maybe we won't need that. I gotta find a way to call her mine. I know sometimes you gotta take it slow and steady. She's like a locked up bank vault, and I'm trying to crack the code. She's a perfect 10. She's got nowhere else to go. Yeah, I'm trying to show her I'm the kind of man she wants. She's had some real losers and it's, but her defense is up. And I just want to love her to the moon and back. I'll never cheat, never lie, yeah, baby, none of that. The slow and steady wins the race. It's the thrill of the chase. Gotta build the trust up these days. Might start with a bottle of Jack. Maybe we won't need that. I gotta find a way to call her mine. I know sometimes you gotta take it slow and steady. Yeah, she's coming around, I can see it in her eyes. Let me tell you, when the sun comes up, I ain't wasting no more time. wins a race, she's walking right out. That smile she just gave me, I can see she's getting me now. And I pull over my truck with her and she slides on in. She grabs my hand, she kisses me. Well, Lord knows she was worth the wait. Slow and steady, yes, slow and steady, won the race. Baby, we won the race. I got you, baby, 'cause slow and steady won the race. Can you feel the slow burn as you press against my lips? Your sweetness overtakes me, I'm okay with giving in.
We're a lot different, I ain't looking for the same. Come a little closer, babe, I wanna play this game. You're my whiskey,
You're my wine, I wanna feel your body next to mine. Tangled up in the bedsheet, mixing Chardonnay and country. Get me tipsy tonight, I'll drink you up until the sunrise. Wanna wake up with you by my side, mixing whiskey and wine. Heaven sent. Red lip stain, still there from yesterday. You and me, we go together. There's just no other way.
you're my whiskey,
You're my wine, I wanna feel your body next to mine. Tangled up in the bedsheets, mixing Chardonnay and country. Get me tipsy tonight, I'll drink you up until the sunrise. Wanna wake up with you by my side, it's whiskey and wine. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm too sweet for all that fire. They say we don't work together.
you're my whiskey,
You're my wine, I wanna feel your body next to mine. Tangled up in the bed sheets, I'm mixing Chardonnay and country. Get me tipsy tonight, I'll drink you up until the sunrise. Wanna wake up with you by my side, wanna wake up with you by my side. It's whiskey and wine.
whiskey and wine.
could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here, a long night there. These long, long legs are damn near everywhere. Hold up, now you look good, I will not lie. But if you ask where I'm staying tonight, gotta be like, oh baby, no baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I gotta bid you adieu to another. I will stay true. If I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I gotta bet you would do to another. I'll stay true. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I gotta bet you would do another. I will stay. No, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I gotta bet you would do another. I will stay true. I will stay true. I will stay true. I will stay true. Give me that oh 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 oh. I will stay true.
Ringmaster Sal of the Sports Circus. Join me and Hall of Fame world champion and all-star celebrity guest for Chaos and Controversy here on Libsyn and all podcast platforms. Also, thesportcircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day.
Hey, everybody, this is Brian Urlacher. Welcome back to the Sports Circus.
Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP television. Folks, make sure you check out thesportcircus.com for our upcoming guests, our prior guests, recorded shows, which can be found on all streaming platforms. Also, make sure you check out the store tab. Lots of great items over there, all made in America, and these are all for the Sports Circus. Hey, listen, folks, we're not getting a bunch of money for this. All we're doing is we're trying to spread the love to everybody that's listening out there, and thanks for supporting the Sports Circus. Hey, listen, folks, we're doing a special episode today, and this episode is about the music of Jason Owens, part of a 14-part series, and it's kind of how you want to get to know somebody. And, you know, the cool thing about this is we take Elvis Radio. I love Elvis Radio. That's on Sirius XM. And I listen to Elvis Radio a lot, and I learned a lot when it comes to Elvis's personality. And when we think about the personalities and the people that we listen to on the radio, actually, we don't even get a chance to get to know the personalities. All we do is listen to the music. We like the music or we dislike the music. In this particular case with Elvis, I love the music, but the Elvis station gave me the ability to learn about Elvis as a human. And what we've done here is we've taken bits of 14 different episodes of the Sports Circus so you could get to know Jason Owens. He's an up-and-coming country music star, and he plays the big casinos in Las Vegas. He plays all over the country, big food festivals, music festivals, sings the national anthem for the Cincinnati Reds, this kind of thing, even the professional soccer team over there in Cincinnati. He does all kinds of great charitable work as well, and so we're giving him a little extra time here on the Sports Circus. Yes, sports. Why? Because the music, in many cases, is played where? At sporting events, just in case you're wondering, just like the Cincinnati Reds situation. So he's singing the national anthem at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. But it's a very interesting way to get to know an artist, and you get to know them as a human as well as their music. Yes, the lyrics are clever, and Jason's got a great voice, etc., and so forth. And you could see him right here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand or at the Resorts World Hotel and Casino. He plays all the big stuff, even Old Red for all you country fans out there. Listen, this is fun, and it is informative at the same time because you get to learn how a real music show is not only put on, how all the audio works, when they do video, but what happens when the backups are gone, what happens when you have to replace people, what about nutrition and traveling equipment. And sometimes you're not really paid a whole bunch of money, but there are a lot of things that you, the listener, have gotten to learn about Jason and, frankly, about the music business as well. For all you athletes out there listening, and you're saying, you know what, I want to get into music when I'm done. And right now, country is the hottest genre of music that's out there. And it's a very difficult transition to go from sports to music, or even from music to sports. Many of them actually don't do that. But a lot of artists, well, budding artists, they like to come from the entertainment or from the sports world because they're used to being in front of a lot of fans and this, that, and the other. And once you can't play in the field anymore, I know this one, when you can't play anymore, the lights get dim real quick and the stardom and the fandom and all that fun stuff goes away. So what we're doing is giving you a chance to get to know Jason Owens. Again, check him out at jasonowensmusic.com, and that's jasonowensmusic.com. We're going to get right back to some of his music here to close out the show.
Any Johnny Cash fans out there? Come on, come on. I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. That train keeps moving on down Saturday tone. When I was just a baby. My mama told me, son, I always be a good boy. Don't you ever play with guns. I shot a man in Ringo just to watch him die. I hear that train a move. Well, I hang my head and cry. Play that fiddle. Take a nice there's rich folks eating in them fancy dining cars. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. You know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. And damn people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. So yeah. If they're freed from this prison, if that rail train's mine, I bet you I could haul a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. I let that lonesome whistle all my blues away. Come on, girl. She's the crazy as hell like you think she would. Good girl by day, parties all night when we hang out. Well, man, it's out, it's like she's a firecracker. A little firecracker, yeah. Well, she's my little firecracker. Well, kick it.
Who drove a truck here tonight? This song's for you. Yeah. Something about a truck in a farmer's field. No trespass sign. Time to kill, but it's gonna get hurt. So what's the big deal? Something about a truck in a farmer's field. And there's something about a beer sitting on ice after a long hard day. Makes it taste just right on that dry tailgate on a summer night, baby. There's something about a beer sitting on ice, and there's something about a girl in a red sundress with a nice cold beer, yeah, pressed against her lips. And that farmer's field will make his boy a mess. There's something about a girl in a red sundress. And there's something about a kiss that's gonna lead to more. On that dry tailgate, back behind the corner, the most natural thing you ever felt before. Well, there's something about a kiss that's gonna lead to more. And there's something about a truck in a field and a girl in a red sundress within high school, beer to her lips, begging for another kiss. And there's something about you and me and the birds and the bees, and Lord have mercy, it's a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing about no luck. Something about a truck, yeah, there's something about a